Ladies and gentlemen, dear participants, welcome to this COLEACP training course on the establishment of an internal training unit and the training needs assessment. In this sequence, we are going to introduce you to the training needs assessment and how to apply it to establish the worker's competency gap, and subsequently how to fill in the gap. After this presentation, you should be able to name the 5 questions that are posed during the training needs assessment exercise, and also be able to describe the process flow chart that is used during the training needs assessment, and be able to outline and explain the application of each of the questions. The 5 questions that are posed during the training needs assessment, these are why, where, who, what, and how. Time and budget are usually limited. Then how best can we use the time and money to realize the best impact from the training? We therefore have to ask first, why do we need to train these workers? What is the context for the training and what are the objectives? This could be, for example, to obtain a legal or a market compliance certification such as COLEACP, or to solve a problem such as maximum residue levels being exceeded. It is important to know the various activities that take place in the company and how these activities are linked. The process flow diagram will have to clearly show these activities at each of the process steps, and also what competencies must be implemented for each of these activities. For example, the process flow can start from the field selection and land preparation. After that, there is planting of the crop involved, then irrigation, crop management activities such as trellising, pruning, and desuckering. Pest and disease management and fertilization is done before and or during harvesting, depending on the crop being considered. The harvested produce is then taken to the pack house or pack station, where the sorting, grading, and packing is done. The produce also is put in the cold rooms while at the pack house before dispatch. The objective now is to identify the posts or typical jobs involved in the process, along with the tasks that are common to this type of job. Each job is related to a range of activities that are carried out during one or several stages of the process. The job position can be identified by a specific competency profile that describes the missions, activities, and tasks that a worker must perform. For example, at managerial level, a typical job or post is that of a production manager or a station manager. At operational level, a typical job post is a harvester, a spray person, or a grader. You also need to establish the number of people for each job position. This information and data is very important and will be needed when developing training content, teaching methods, and teaching aids. What competencies are required for each job? At this stage, we define the mandatory prerequisites, the worker's supposed competency and capacities to perform identified tasks or activities. For each activity, 2 types of competency can be distinguished in relation to the capacity of the person occupying the post to perform the task assigned to them. This is knowledge-based, which is theoretical, and also action-based, which is a practical skill. Knowledge-based. This is technical or scientific know-how, that is information. Action-based. This is the worker's real and measurable operational capacity to execute a task, or his know-how, the technical expertise. Practical exercises must absolutely be included in the training program and also at the capacity assessment stage. The next stage is to assess the current and existing competencies of the workers. This includes reviewing workers' professional experiences, basic qualifications, that is their CVs, training courses they have attended, etc. For theoretical aspects, a questionnaire or an interview can be used. For the practical skills, role play is usually the best method to test real operational capacities. Then an assessment between mandatory competencies for each of the job positions and the existing competencies is done. This is called competency gap analysis. The final stage of the training needs assessment is on how to fill the missing competency gap. This involves the development of lesson plans, training programs, and training calendar. This must be appropriate for each target group, that is the job position, and also use appropriate training methods, tools, and aids. Feedback from the training should be used to adapt and improve both the training content and the training methods, tools, and aids.